All right. Hello. Trying to get my camera straight here. How is everybody doing? It's one of those things where the camera just looks off and it's driving me crazy. How is everyone doing? Your eyes are not playing tricks on you. It is just me tonight. And it's going to be just me for the entire stream. And I am very sorry for that for you. Thank you, Curtis. And I don't know what's going on with you. Something about being in the ER. I hope everything is okay. Lisa's not with us tonight because we had a loss in the family this week. One of the cats, Batman, one of my favorites. I love them all, but we lost Batman this week. She did a video all about it yesterday on her channel. So if you're interested in the details or you want to send condolences to her, you could do that through her channel. Roots and Whiskers is the name of her channel. And she could use that love because it's been really, really rough on her. It's rough on me too, but it's a different level when it comes to her. I love all of the animals very, very much. I particularly loved Batman. And so it breaks my heart too, just like it does her. But you know Lisa with the cats. It's on a different level. So it's unfortunate, very, very sad, and it's still very fresh. So she wasn't up for it tonight. Who could blame her? So tonight's stream, just like I try to do all the time, I want to keep things fun. I want to keep things light, and I want you to direct where we go with the stream. You may, I'm just telling you, I just want to put this out there right now. You might see something behind you and you might think, man, John's tank is broken. What is going on here? Well, your eyes are not playing tricks on you. You see that big black thing right there? That is, thank you, Curtis, for the link to Lisa's video or channel. I don't know which one that is. It doesn't matter. Either one. It's very nice of you. So what happened here is these jerks, and it's the Oscars. It's always the Oscars. It's an Oscar thing. It's kind of like anything that happens in this building. Lisa automatically blames Carl. It just is what it is. The Oscars like to knock off the return fittings. You can barely make out this one here that's still attached. They like to knock that one off. And when they do that, the water line goes down a little bit and it makes it look like my tanks are low on water again. And it drives me absolutely crazy. To get that back on is much more of a thing than you would think. And this, maybe this is a good little topic to talk about here. This is the very first tank I've ever had that is 3 feet deep, 3 feet from front to back. And it's fantastic. But it's also not. Because when you have a tank that's that deep, it is a monster to do anything in it that's towards the back of the tank. Like reattaching fittings that come loose from the returns on the back is a lot more challenging than you might think. So the biggest piece of advice I would give to anyone who's considering a really deep tank like this, or even deeper than this, go ahead and factor into your plans for that tank for an additional 1.5 feet. Now, I'm not a small fella. I wouldn't call me a gargantuan fella either. 222 pounds last time I got on the scale. It's 6 feet tall. So I am, the doctors would say I'm morbidly obese, but I'm not a skinny guy. I'm not a overly fat guy. This tank is a foot off of the back wall. I can't fit back there. Like, part of me can, but I can't get back there and move around. And I don't even think Lisa can either, because, Lisa's a female, and females have these things, you know what I'm saying? That kind of get in the way, family friendly. I don't have that problem, but I can't fit. So the reason why I say 1.5 feet, if you're a larger person, you might want to go farther than that. If you're bigger than me, you might want to go even more. I feel like for this tank, if I was to go 1.5 feet off the back, that would solve a lot of problems. Even though I would still have this shelf to contend with, I could fit back there. It wouldn't be comfortable. I would not enjoy going back there. But if there was 1.5 feet, I could go back there. And how often are you going to be going back there anyway? You know what I mean? So it's not absolutely critical. But if you have to do something that's in the back of the tank on the bottom, like, at the substrate level, and you have to access that from the front, you're going to recreate that scene from Deuce Bigalow. And dudes might like watching that. But if you are the person doing that, it's not comfortable. So give yourself some space in the back of the tank, particularly if you have a really deep tank like this. When would I say that's not going to be an issue? I've had a 2-foot tank before too, and that wasn't easy. 18 inches, I think, is easily accessible for access from the front. But when you get over 18 inches, that's when things start to get a little bit shaky. If you're, I don't know what the average height female human being is, but I'm going to guess it's probably in the neighborhood of like 5'4" to 5'6" is probably the average female height. Average male is probably 5'8". I don't know. I have no data to back this up. I'm just guessing. For a female that's 5'3", a 2-foot tank will be a struggle for you. So just think about that is all I'm saying. And keep the tank off the wall a little bit. If this tank was 1.5 feet off the wall, that would never be a thing, because I could just go back there, reach over, hook it back up. No big deal. It's fine because it connects right up at the top. It's at about that level on the back wall. It'd be no problem. But I can't fit back there because it's only 12 inches off the wall. And it might even be less than that because these shelves are 12 inches. And I think they actually stick out over the tank a little bit. So it was a mistake when I did it. But you know what? It was a rough day when we moved this tank in here. And so it was like, okay, put it up against the wall. We're good. I'm 5'2". I'm going to just go scuba dive in there. Yeah. I mean, 5'2". I think Lisa's 5'3". I always thought she was 5'4". I don't know. I have to bend down to give her a smooch, if you know what I mean. What do you mean you know what I mean? Everybody knows what a smooch is. I don't know why I can't say words tonight. Lisa wouldn't even attempt to be able to get to the back of this tank from the front. Not even going to be a thing. And let me tell you something. Her tank, her goldfish tank, is 4 feet front to back. But she has access to it from the sides. So that helps too. Plus, there are not the shelves behind it. I think it's about 12 inches off of the wall, but it's not as big of a problem over there. If we have access to the one side, well, not anymore because of the 125, but Having access to the sides of this tank doesn't really help all that much because you're only able to really reach maybe 20 inches, and this is 96 inches long. So hope you understand. I hope it all makes sense what I'm saying. Consider the area around your tank is all I'm trying to say, because even something that happens randomly every once in a while, it'll annoy the heck out of you if it's a huge process to get in there. What's the last time you purchased a fish from a big box store? Long enough ago to where I don't know the answer to that question. If I'm guessing, I know Lisa has more recently than me. And I want to say that might have been like 2019 for her. For me, it probably would have been a saltwater fish. And that would have been my first saltwater tank, which was like 2015. I don't feel like I've bought a freshwater fish from a big box pet store since then. I don't know. It's a good question. Do I think there's anything wrong with buying from big box pet stores? No, I don't. The fish are coming from the same place that Mark's store, Mark's store's not a big box store. Wife, come on. Lisa's texting me. How rude. How rude to message me while I'm live in front of 69,000 people. It's just rude to do that. But she's going to do that anyway. It's big to me. Thank you. Anyway, stop it, John, with the family friendly. Come on. I've been trying to get Cardinal Tetras from my local... I can't even think now because I did that. You have to admit that was genius. She texted me, it's big to me. Sorry. I'm sorry. I've been trying to get Cardinal Tetras from my local fish store for 4 months now. I caved and bought them from Petco today. So here's the question. Danny Del Rey. Hopefully I'm saying that right. There's 2 eyes in there, so I don't know. It's a stupid question, and I don't mean to be insulting, but did you ask your local fish store to get them for you? Maybe they just missed it. Or you know what I'm saying? Like when they went to put in the order, or maybe they weren't available and they would have told you, hey, yeah, they haven't been on our list, availability list for a bit. So as soon as we get them, we'll have them. Or as soon as they're available, we'll have them. I'm just saying. It helps to ask. But I personally believe, and I'll say this to your face, I'll say this to anybody that wants to talk trash to me about it. There is no shame whatsoever in buying fish from a local fish, from a big box pet store. Anybody gives you crap for it, tell them to come talk to me. And they will feel no threat whatsoever. Leslie Perry, in remembrance of Batman, a $25 super chat. You are so sweet. Save more cats in his name. Did she get test results for Meow Meow? I'm so glad you asked that, Leslie. She did today, which was a blessing because it's a very fast test. One of the things that caused the demise of the cat that we lost this week was FIV, which is basically like AIDS for cats or HIV for cats. It lowers the immune system in the cat, and so little things can happen to them that get blown out of proportion because their immune system is down. And Batman's brother, I mean, that one should have been Robin, but Robin is another one of our cats. She was concerned that because he had it, that Meow Meow would have it too. And she took him to get tested today, and the results came back that he does not have FIV. That was great news. It's not, from what I understand, I am no veterinarian, and I am certainly not a cat expert. I only know what my wife tells me. FIV is kind of like HIV. I mean, if you're old enough to remember the panic of AIDS in the 80s, early 90s, it was like everybody in the world was terrified of that. And then Magic Johnson got it, and it was like, oh my God, like this is nuts. You don't hear about it anymore. It's like it went away. It's like polio or something. I don't know. It seems to me, with my limited knowledge, that in cats, it's the same kind of a thing. It's not like an automatic death sentence. Like I could be wrong, but I believe AIDS is like an automatic death sentence. It's just a matter of time. I hope I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I don't believe they've developed a cure for it yet. But HIV, what am I even saying here? I don't know. I'm trying to talk like I know what I'm talking about. HIV is not a death sentence in human beings. Magic Johnson's had it since, good Lord, what was it, like 93 when he was diagnosed? Maybe even earlier than that. I don't know. And that dude's a billionaire now. Like, he's done well since that. It's the same with cats unless something severe happens. And that's what happened with Batman. He had some type of trauma, which we don't know what that is. We don't know what happened to him. It certainly wasn't anything either of us did. And we didn't see any other cat do anything to him, but he had some battle scars on him. He might have gotten, a bird might have come down and hit him. I don't know. We don't know what happened, but that trauma, his immune system was not able to handle that. And that's where things went from there. Things went downhill from there. It was very, very sad, very tragic, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. And I'm sure my wife doesn't want me to talk about it anymore because apparently she's listening. Is she going to show up in the chat? I don't know. Could you blame her if she doesn't? But I think we should talk about something more positive today, please. Or not today, but for, now. Call me clueless, but what is it in the tank you can't get to? I see a black thing that looks like a pipe. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's not that I can't get to it. It's just a pain in the ass to get to it. A couple of reasons. This is so, y'all are going to just think so less of me. This tank has 4 2-foot sections for the lids that are like, I don't know, 21, 22 inches wide. Carl, and yes, this was Carl's fault, or maybe it was the move. I don't know, but everything gets blamed on Carl when something happens here. One of the lids broke. We had in this building, when we bought this place, there was a big, like, store display case in here. Because this used to be a store. It used to be a general store. And I assume it was from that. I don't know. but it was glass all the way around. And the tops of that cabinet fit perfectly in the space. It's not the far right cavity. It's this one. And so I put it in there. The problem is it's the perfect width to fit into the custom aquarium's frame, but it's too long. So it sticks out the back almost all the way to the wall. And so it's really difficult to get that off to get back there. So not only is that a struggle because it weighs like 1,000 pounds, and then getting it out of the way so that I can lean myself all the way in there and be able to reattach that thing. It's just a huge pain in the butt. And if I'm being honest, I didn't notice it until today. So that's why I noticed it 5 minutes before the stream started. So that's why it wasn't fixed. And we just lost John. No, you still got me. Hopefully you didn't lose me. Tesla Killdozer with the $5.36 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Hey, John. Hey, you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. They've been saying they cannot get any for weeks now, and they don't know. Just to check back in with them. They've literally everything else but cardinals. You know, that's not outrageous. Cardinals are a lot of the cardinals, the majority of the cardinals in this hobby are wild caught. And so depending on what's going on, a lot of stuff happening in South America right now. Just saying. They might be hard to get. I don't know. Big box store needs 100,000% quarantine. You should quarantine everything. That's my rebuttal to that. You're not wrong, but you should quarantine everything. Update on our fish that we got last week. They are all in quarantine right now. And I'm talking about the fish that we got from the import. We have not had a ton of problems, but there's been some. We've had some die off because that happens. Today was a big shocker. Out of nowhere, there was like 20 Congo tetras floating in the tank. And it's like, what? Everything else in that system's fine. And it's not a recirculating system, but I've been doing water changes. I didn't do one today, but I've been doing water changes in there regularly with the water changing system and everything. So I'm not sure what happened there, but it was just like, boom, out of nowhere. Other than that, there's been a couple of fish that, you know, we've found a few that have died off, but they were fish that we bought a lot of. So it's like, you know, the tanks are pretty heavily stocked. So it's not a complete shocker there. I do think we will have more fish coming in next week, not from an import, but we'll be getting them from one of our suppliers. And maybe we'll get cardinal tetras. I don't know. You did a video getting neons from Petco. How long ago was that? That's a great question. That was such a fun video too. And I don't even know how to look it up. Because it's not like I can go on my YouTube studio and say, when did I upload the video at Petco? Like, I would have to really scroll through it all, and I'm not willing to do that while I'm live in front of 48,000 people. But you're right. That would have been after 2018. I know that. But I'm pretty sure I bought those fish for Lisa. Just saying. And we were in the same situation we're in now. We were not, as a matter of fact, it was even worse for us then, because I think the closest mom and pop pet store was like 2 hours away from us then. There was one, but yeah, we won't talk about that one. Now we've got Aquariums Unlimited, hour and 15 minutes away. Hop, skip, and a jump. No big deal. But back then, we didn't have that. And that was before the one store opened. Shame on me. The one store that opened and then has since closed. I can't remember the name of it, though. But it was in Dale City, Virginia. But that was still an hour and a half, hour and 15, whatever, away. But anyway, yeah, thank you for reminding me about that. So it would have been at least after 2018. But that was probably 2019. I have 6 betas. All were from PetSmart, probably. They're all doing wonderful, but that's because I care for them properly. Well, good. See? Take care of the fish right. It doesn't matter where you get them from. You can get... I'm sorry to be this way. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I love local mom and pop fish stores. If you think about it, I am a small mom and pop fish store. I'm not open to the public, but I am, but I do the same thing. So believe me, I love mom and pop fish stores. But you can get a bad batch of fish from a mom and pop store just as quickly, maybe not just as quickly, but you can have that happen from them too. It's not only big box pet stores that are going to have, bad fish, what people would say are bad fish. Anyway, Joe Provenzano, member for 45 months, said R.I.P. Batman. Yeah, thank you, Joe. And then he sent along, hey, Joe, you have your ability to donate memberships back. This joker sent us $50 last Friday on PayPal, and he said, damn it, I'm doing this because I wasn't able to donate memberships because YouTube wouldn't allow me to, or whatever. That guy's crazy. And he sent more too when he found out about Batman. He's a crazy person. I don't know what we did to Joe, but we're lucky to have him, along with a lot of people, including Dennis McKelvey, Den of Zen 59. $50 super chat. Gracious. For a bottle of wine, perhaps, if the long distance hugs for Lisa are not quite enough. I know the support that she's gotten from the community has been immense. And I appreciate that very, very much. And I love it. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about this world that we live in. There's so many things to be upset about, which is why I'm not going to talk about it. Don't worry, but I'm so glad I found a hobby, to keep me away from all of that stuff. There's so many things to be upset about. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of a community that cares so much. I love that. Especially, it's one thing for it to be something about me. But when it's her, that means that much more to me, that people would flock to her like that. I appreciate it very, very, very much. Thank you, Dennis. Demar's 420, member for 17 months. I'm happy to say I'm back to the best community on YouTube. Cheers. Well, that's cause for celebration. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheering with the starry. That's the hard stuff for me. And then Demar's 420 donated 5 channel memberships. Thank you so much for that, Demar's. I promise I'm not just going to be doing super chats tonight, but they've been coming through. And so I don't want to get too far behind on those. And here's a name we see quite often in the super chat world, Whips world. I don't really have anything to say other than to say thank you to John for sending me a beautiful and gigantic dragon. And to also say, Lisa, we love you and our hearts are broken for you with the loss of Batman so suddenly. Thank you for that, Whip. Yeah, you know what? Whip's World has done so much for us. And I felt like I felt this kind of guilt, like there's no way I could repay him. And he never, ever, ever made me feel any kind of way as if I needed to repay him. So I want to be clear about that. But I still wanted to. I people that do nice things for me, you get what you give, right? I mean, I want to return the favor, and I couldn't figure out how in the world I could do it. And we were having a conversation one day, and he said he loves dragons. So I not going to talk about it. He brought it up. I 3D printed a big old dragon. It was actually a Smaug dragon. The model was of Smaug. That's how I say it. You might say Smog. We can say whatever. It's from The Hobbit. And I painted that up for him, and I had an absolute blast painting that dragon. And he just got it today. I was very, very thankful because it was the box that I shipped it to him in was 14 inches by 12 by 12. And it pretty much filled up that box. It was a big boy. And, or is Smaug a girl? I don't know. I was afraid it would not survive the shipment, because UPS be kicking stuff around and throwing them around. But what I did, this is the genius of John. I put live fish stickers all over it. I have this big old box, and I put live fish stickers all over it. And then I texted Whips World and I said, hey, I sent you something, but just understand, don't freak out when you see the box sitting on your porch, or when your wife sees the box sitting on the porch and it says live fish all over it. It's not live fish. But I guess it worked because it got to him in one piece. The wings were huge and they're, fragile. I mean, these models are fragile. So I was really scared. So it was a huge, huge relief when he texted me today that he got it and it was all in one piece. I was very thankful for that. And then he came in and donated a membership because $20 super chat just wasn't enough. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it very much. And I can pretty confidently say Lisa heard me read or maybe even saw your super chat. So if she didn't, I will pass it on to her. High performance trucking, my chat just skipped on me because that's what it does. Good evening. Life is good. Well, hey, bravo to you, my friend. Life's good for everybody. We have bumps in the road, but it gets better. Speaking of bumps in the road, I have to talk about it. It's not fish, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because this is my channel and there's nothing you can do about it. Imagine you live in a really nice neighborhood. Just picture this in your head, okay? I don't live in a neighborhood, so I'm not describing me here. But imagine that you live in a really nice neighborhood and you are a grumpy, angry, mean person. And when you see people having fun, it pisses you off. Like, how dare these people have fun? I'm going to put a stop to that. Imagine you being that guy. You're so angry. And there's this dad and his two sons that all have motorcycles, and they ride their motorcycles around your nice neighborhood. And you think, how dare they have fun? That's unacceptable. The fun that's being had by those three individuals. I'm going to put a stop to that. And you decide that you're so angry and upset about what's happening here with this fun being had, that you say, I'm going to put my life on the line And I'm going to jump out in front of the dad as the dad is riding his motorcycle 20 miles an hour down my street. I'm going to jump right in front of that guy on his motorcycle, causing that guy on his motorcycle to, for whatever reason, use his handbrake. I don't know why he did that, but I've done it before too. And it's a mistake you only make once. But he used his handbrake on his crotch rocket and ended up endoing right over and flipping off of the motorcycle. And I don't mean flipping off. I mean he flipped off of the motorcycle, landed on the ground. This guy was so against fun being had that he stepped in front of this guy and made him flip off of his motorcycle like that. And he was probably thinking at the time, wow, boy, I have succeeded in the termination of fun being had in front of me. And then the guy who you made flip off of his motorcycle stands up in front of you as you're standing there in all of your glory, and it's freaking Jack Reacher. That happened. I mean, of course you've heard about it. If you haven't heard about it, I'm not talking about the Tom Cruise Jack Reacher. I'm talking about the novel accurate 6'5", 280 pound Jack Reacher. And let me just tell you, I don't care where you align politically. I don't care where you grew up or who you are. That dude deserved everything he got. And Lisa could tell you when it first hit the news that happened and they showed that Ring doorbell footage of Alan Richardson beating this guy up on the ground, I said, no, something stinks here. There's no way this man, with everything he's got on the line, would just get off of his motorcycle. First of all, drop his motorcycle on the ground. Nobody does that. Even a rich guy like Alan Richardson, nobody disrespects their motorcycle like that. So why is his motorcycle on the ground? And he would not, with everything he's got riding on every move he makes and in front of his kids, there's no way he would have just pummeled that guy like that. That guy did something to either put him in danger or his sons. And damn it, if it didn't come out that I was exactly right, and it came out like the day after they showed Alan Richardson's body cam. And let me just tell you, for crying out loud, if you are a celebrity, you should be walking around with body cams on 24/7. Because if it weren't for that body cam that Alan Richardson had on, he'd probably be in jail right now. But instead, he's getting one of these. Bravo. Well done. Good job, Reacher. If you've seen the video, that guy deserved it. He deserved more, if I'm being honest. If I was Alan Richardson, all freaking 290 pounds of him, massive, just monster of a man, I probably would have done more. Just saying. Whisworld donated another channel membership. Whip, knock it off. Come on now. You can't shift the scales farther over. Like, come on. I'm trying to pay you back here, and you're just tipping the scales again and he wants me to make him an Eddie. That's what he wants. I asked him about if he was an Iron Maiden fan. What a stupid question that was. That would be like, hey, Whip, I don't know how old Whip is, but I'm assuming he's my age, maybe a couple of years older, a couple of years younger. I don't know. But I think he's around my age. For me to ask him if he was a fan of Iron Maiden was about as stupid a question as for if I was to ask him, hey, middle-aged guy, you like Black Sabbath? Like, come on. How stupid of a question is that? Asking him if he was an Iron Maiden fan was a pretty stupid question. But I thought about 3D printing him and Eddie. And if you know, you know. Eddie is one of the coolest mascots I've ever seen, particularly for a rock band. Who the heck doesn't like Black Sabbath? People who are not smart. I mean, seriously. If you don't like them, there's a problem. If you don't like Black Sabbath, you haven't heard them. Or you're 23 years old and all you've heard is Morgan Wallen and Post Malone, you know. Then you'd probably be like, what is this? What is this poop? Crazy in Love Asian, $5 super chat. Here we go again because Whip did it. We need Lisa to feel better. When will we be seeing the tanks of our lives again? You know what? I don't think we will. I don't. And that breaks my heart about as much as it broke my heart to lose that cat this week. I was going to say Batman, but for somebody that maybe just signed on, they might be like, Batman, but I love him. He's the Cape Crusader. No, the cat Batman. Listen, I have given up on the whole idea of being a famous YouTuber. I don't particularly care about that anymore. Do I want to be successful? Of course. I mean, come on. Anybody who has a job and doesn't want to be successful in that job has a problem. So of course I want to be successful, but I'm not willing to chase numbers around. However, sometimes you do things that just make you, or things happen that just make you say, wow, that wasn't worth it. And Tanks of Our Lives was one of them. And I should have learned the first time, because the first batch that we did back in like 2020, the most fun we've ever had as YouTubers, Lisa would tell you the same thing. They all bombed miserably. I mean, they bombed. They were Starfleet Academy bomb level. But you know, they're so much fun. So it's one of those things where it's tough, because it's like, I don't care. I don't expect to put up a video and it go viral. I've given up on that, but I don't want them to bomb. I don't want it to be like, wow, that they really hated that. But, you know, I think a lot of it probably has to do with my thumbnail game, my title game. Even though people have thrown around the word clickbait with me, that really hurts my feelings, because it's like, what? Like, oh my God, no, I don't clickbait anybody. But anyway, I don't know that it will be back, but you never know. When we get your fish, should we quarantine them? I'm thinking not. So here's the thing, Doxy Diane, that is a fantastic question. Yes, you absolutely should. Because if we were to live in a perfect world, which we don't, but if we did, we would all quarantine every new fish we get, period, no matter where they come from. Because it's just a good practice. It's just smart to do. Because you never know. We're going to do everything we can do to make sure that the fish that we ship to our customers are going to be happy, healthy, Everything's great. Any of my plant customers, and Doxy, you are one of them. Any plant, well, I shouldn't say any plant because this hasn't happened with every one of them, but we have a lot of customers that have ordered plants from us a lot. And at some point, probably in our business together, I have emailed them and said, hey, listen, the money wort that we have right now, I'm not feeling comfortable about shipping it to you. Is there something else I can ship you? Or we got another shipment coming in next week and they'll be fresh from the nursery. You know, can we hold off and I ship you those from them? My frequent plant customers have gotten those emails probably. It doesn't happen all the time. And I mean, there's a lot of customers. There was a particular customer of ours in Virginia. I swear this lady ordered 300 plants from us over the course of like 2 years. I don't think I ever had to email her. Like, she always ordered the right ones. So it's not something that every single plant customer has experienced, but if I don't feel right packing a plant, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to email the customer and I'm going to say, I don't like this. I don't feel good about this one. Can I send you something else, or can we work something out, or whatever? I'm going to be the exact same way about fish. If there is even the slightest feeling of uneasiness, I'm going to say, nope, I'm not doing it. And Lisa's the same way. I mean, it's not just me. We would just be like, no, we can't do that. But things happen. You never know. And it's always the best practice to quarantine. Because again, you don't know what the circumstances are, what has happened. We can do everything right and fish can still get sick, and you don't want them to get the rest of your fish sick. So I'm going to do everything I can do to make sure I don't sell you sick fish, but you never know. You're not famous. I tell everyone you are. I mean, who you kidding? Seriously. In 2021, I would say 2021, 2022, within the fish community, I would say Lisa and I were very well known. I just don't think it's as big a deal anymore. I don't think people and this is a good thing, by the way, I'm not complaining. I don't think YouTubers are put on a pedestal anymore, and they shouldn't be, because YouTubers, I'm the same. YouTubers are just people that show their stuff on video. Like, they're not at a different, okay, sure. There is some that are elite, you know. There's also professional basketball players. It doesn't mean that everybody that's playing down at the high school is that, you know what I'm saying? So there are the elites, but if you're not one of those elites, if you're not a Dude Perfect, a Mr. Beast, a Ryan Trahan, a Marquez Brownlee, a Penguin Z0, Moist Critical, whatever is that. If you're not at that level, you're just kind of like, you're just a person that puts up YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel now. And that's why I don't say we're famous. 2021 and 2022, I'm going to tell you, it felt like we were. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Of course, it's fun to have people pat you on the back and tell you what a good job you do. But it's one of those things where, Whip, we've seen you at a couple of the shows, and you've been to our home twice. But we would show up to those events, the Aquashellas and the aquatic experiences and the, whatever events we went to. And it would be cool for like 30 minutes. Like, wow, I feel like I'm a bigwig. And then it would be like, oh, I don't like this anymore. I don't want people looking at me anymore. I don't want to walk through and make a random comment to somebody and then have them post on social media about it, like that douchebag did on that one video or that live stream, talking about us, talking about me not offering to help him carry his aquarium. It was like, come on. Maybe it's because I don't know you. And maybe it's because I had to pee or something. I don't know. But that's the kind of thing that happens. And because of that, it makes me look at people who actually are celebrities and completely understand why they all go crazy. I understand. From the little tiny, tiny bit of notoriety, whatever it is that you want to call what Lisa and I have, from the tiny bit that we have, I understand why I don't understand how someone like a Keanu Reeves can be the way he is. It makes more sense for me to understand why why can I not think of a name? Johnny Depp, as talented as that man is, and as big of a fan as I am of that man, he's a little Looney Tune, right? Come on. They all are. And I get it. In fact, Johnny Depp is the one that I always say, like, I'll tell people, we would go to these events and I would feel like Johnny Depp for the weekend. Like, I couldn't walk anywhere without, I'm not saying people recognized me everywhere I went, but I felt that way. I felt like I had to be on guard all the time, because if I wasn't, then you get some dork that talks about me in a live stream about how I didn't help carry his aquarium. And then all of a sudden I'm a spousal abuser and all this kind of, because I just made a joke. So I'd just rather not have it. I'd rather just be just like anyone else. The last time we went to the Raleigh Aquarium Society, it was beautiful. It was wonderful because nobody cared that we had a YouTube channel. Like, nobody cared. And that was wonderful. I loved that. I hope I'm making sense here and not making it sound like I hate my job. I love my job. I love what I do. It makes me feel so happy when people appreciate what we do and all of that. But I was not a fan of the attention. I like the attention when it comes to videos, but I don't want the attention in real life. Like, I don't know. It just makes me feel weird. I hope it makes sense. Oh, shoot. Where was I? Dennis McKelvey again decided that this is getting ridiculous, y'all. I don't know why y'all are doing this. The $50 super chat wasn't enough. He decided to throw in another 50 to donate 10 memberships. Thank you, Dennis. Good grief. Y'all spoil us too much. And then Westworld, same thing. He just can't tolerate only whatever it was that he sent before. He had to do it again. He keeps saying that, but I feel like I have to buy your friendship. I'll bounce faster than a Super Bowl. What? I don't think I'm reading that properly, Whip. The way I'm reading that, I don't think you meant that. Because let me just tell you this. If you are under the impression that you have to buy my friendship, I have failed big time. Okay, it says, now I get it. He's already typing. He's like, that's not what I said. He said, if I felt like I have to buy your friendship, I'll bounce faster than a Super Bowl. Super Bowl. That makes much more sense. I'm glad I reread that because I didn't see the if part. I just saw the, but I feel like and that hurt my feelings, but I'm glad I reread it because that's the last thing you need to do, my friend. And the scales are still way too, this man, Whipsworld, brought me I believe it was Pequods, wasn't it? I'm not talking about the ones you brought to the house, Whip. I'm talking about the first time we met when he's standing there. Whip himself is like 6'5", in the 200s. I don't know. He's a big fella. Reacher would see him and go, okay, not messing with that one. Let me go mess with this little guy that jumped out in front of my motorcycle and deserved everything he got. In fact, deserved more. He brought me a pizza that was still hot in Chicago because I had said I had never had Chicago pizza, or I don't think I said that because I did have Chicago pizza when I went to the aquatic experience in 2015. Me and Sean Peck went to not Pequods. I think I'm saying it right. There's the other one. There's three. The biggest of the three. Somebody's going to say it in the chat. We went there that night. Joey didn't go with us. It was just me and Sean. And that was my first time experiencing Chicago pizza. But then it had been like 6 years. And he brought me, a steaming hot pizza in all of its glory. And I sat there and ate it right there on the aquatic experience floor, or Aquashella floor, because of course I did. Because if you didn't, then it would have just been a massive mistake. It started there. Then he comes here and helps us move in all of our aquariums. Then he comes again just to be a good friend to Kevin Ullery to pick up Superman, the cat that Kevin adopted from Lisa. And he's offered to come and take that tree off of my roof, which is still there, but I do have to defend myself. I did get up there and attempt to take it down, and I couldn't do it. It's another one of those scenarios where I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, back in the summer, we had a tree limb fall and land on our roof of this building, and it's still there because I haven't been able to get it down. And the insurance company gave us nothing for it, even though when I got up there, I didn't get on the roof because it's a metal roof and it's a 12-12 pitch. So it's at a 45-degree angle. It's like that. It's like, well, they don't have slides at school playgrounds anymore. But it's like trying to go up a slide backwards. Like, I'm not doing it. And y'all think that I'm not doing it because I'm afraid of falling. I'm not afraid of falling. Falling would suck. That roof is about 12 feet off the ground. If I was to go up that side and I was to fall, it would be all kinds of suck. It would be terrible. But that's not what I'm afraid of, because I have really good reflexes. Even at 51 years old, I feel like I would fall and I would position myself the right way to land, and it would suck and I would definitely not like it, but I think I could take the fall. Whether my bones and brain could take the fall, I don't know. That's not what I worry about. And I shouldn't say this because it will be graphic. What I worry about is getting up on that roof, metal roof, that is 150 years old and has old nails holding it in place that are sticking up just a little bit because they've worked themselves out. And I slide down that and my ass gets torn up by those nails sticking up out of the roof. That's what I worry about. Not the fall. The fall would be nightmare fuel, but it's the sliding down, putting hands down right on those nails and slicing hands open. It would be a massacre. It would be horrifying. That's what I'm afraid of. Not the fall. Crazy in Love Asian with the $2 super chat. Free fish from my super chat as payment. Joking. You made me cough there. If you pay super chats, which we appreciate very much, thank you, and then you get fish in return, are they free? I don't think they are. Whiff's World, you're out of control now, and you need to stop with the super chats because you're getting out of control. This is from Mrs. Whip. She had not heard and extends her condolences to Miss Lisa as well. I warned her that when she catches up on YouTube, get the tissues when she watches your video. Yeah, Lisa's video yesterday was tough. I didn't tell her this, but it was really difficult for me to watch her go through that. But she needed to do it. It was therapeutic for her to be able to do it. And I think she's glad that she did. But that was difficult to watch just because I've experienced all this and I even knew what was coming, but to see her break down, it was hard. It was very hard to watch. Who could possibly, you know what I'm saying? That was hard. Joe Provenzano, speaking of people that are out of control, with the $5 super chat, you two can't be celebrities. I tell the locals you two are my very good pals. Well, you are. It's true. And we're not celebrities. What I tell people now, like our darts league, when it comes up, what do you do? And I'll tell them, oh yeah. And I'll just say, in my community, a lot of people know me, but outside of the fish keeping community, no. And that's very true. And I kind of like it that way. But if I had it my way, we would go to these events, which we haven't been to since 2023. It just is what it is. But we would go there just like anybody else, and it not be something where I have to make sure I'm behaving myself. I don't make any jokes to anyone because you never know how fragile people are, and I just want to be there and not be concerned about that. Just be John. But I don't know. I don't know if we will be going there. And it's not because of that. It's because of my cat is a weirdo. Well, I say Lisa's cat. It's not even her cat. It's our daughter's cat. But it's Lisa's cat now. There is it's a cat door, but it's like a doggy door in our window that goes out to the catio that's out there that Mark from Aquariums Unlimited bought for us so graciously. Probably the most unbelievable gift we've ever received from anybody. Like, who does that? Like, that's madness. It goes back and forth, the kitty door. And so the cats can walk up to it and just walk right through it. And it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it opens. But baby kitty, instead of doing that, she grabbed the door and pulled it open and then went under like a weirdo. Why would she do that? I think she's like, you know what? I'm not going to conform to the norms. I'm going to do things my way, and you're just going to have to like it. That was really weird. Joe Provenzano again with the $5 super chat. Dude, I put all your signed receipts on eBay. I'm making a killing. If that were at all true, that would be hilarious. You have to pay somebody to take it. Jamie Palladino gifted 5 channel memberships. I hope I'm saying your name right. I think I nailed it. Palladino, like the horse. Palomino is the horse. Thank you for the gifted 5 channel memberships. Stephen Alexander with the $5 super chat. If all 69,000 watching super chats $15, you would have $1 million for the metal building. Well, I say let's do it. Let's go for it. If that happened, YouTube would be like, hey, wait a minute. What's going on here? And YouTube would take their 30%, which, I mean, hey, I'm not one of these people on YouTube that complains about that, because it's like, you're making money for putting up videos on a platform. They're the ones giving you this platform to put it on. And you're going to complain about them taking their cut? It's ridiculous. That would be like Extreme calling me and saying, you know, we really don't like the fact that you're buying fish food from us and marking it up and selling it to your customers for a profit. You need to stop doing that. Like, that would be ridiculous. And Extreme would never do that. Extreme's great people. But like, that would be as ridiculous as complaining about YouTube taking their cut of super chat money. If YouTube didn't provide us with this thing, there'd be no opportunity for super chats. So how could I complain about them taking their cut? River Life Pottery with the $5 super chat. FYI, clicked on the link in the description for Lisa's channel. The link is broken. Oh. By the way, you are looking good tonight. Keep up the good work. Oh, well, that's nice to hear. Thank you. I have, that's very nice of you, Rack. You know, I've been trying a little to maybe cut a little LBs, but not going after it like hardcore, but trying to be more active, trying to get out there and not be so lazy. But then I found a hobby that is the epitome of just sitting on your butt and not moving, unless you call this moving. But that's very nice of you, Rack. I appreciate it very much. Plushy Possum, Leslie Perry. I watched Lisa's video at work. I was a huge mess, but seeing her tell it just shows how passionate she is. Keep up the good fight, Lisa. I was really surprised when she told me that she was going to do that. It was the day after that all of this had happened. And I was like, I mean, whew, like, I don't know how you could do that. I couldn't do it. I mean, yeah, she sacked up yesterday and did it. She sat right here, in case you're wondering. And she did that video like a champ. So, I was proud of her for that. I couldn't have done it. But here I am. So maybe I could have, I don't know. But as much as I love all of the cats that are here and the dogs and the fish and you know, all of the wildlife that we have, not wildlife, but animals that we have, she is more attached than I am with the cats. As much as I love them, she loves them more. And, you know, I mean, she was holding Batman when they gave him the injection. So I can't do that. I had to stay in the car. And I know I took her and she took him in and did that. That's the way We do things. She was with my golden retriever when she had to be put down. She was with Mama Cat and she was with Batman. And I told her that yesterday. I was like, you've done this 3 times since we've been together. I can't do that. I just can't. That's just, it's not, I can't, it's just not in me to do that. Which is why I'm so thankful to have her, because it's not like she wants to, but she's a big enough person to be able to do that. And I'm not. And I never will. I just don't have it in me. But anyway, Sean Payan, I hope I'm saying your name right, with the $5 super chat with the kitty cat emoji. Thank you so much for that. Listen, I want to talk about Sunday's video coming up. I am so excited about this one. It is another one of the, I don't understand why your videos aren't going viral. Oh, stop it. I don't either. No, I do know why they're not. I'm not willing to do the things that make people go viral. If you look around our community, Aquarium Co-op, Joey, Primetime Aquatics, what you'll never see from any of those channels is, and I put us in this category, you'll never see any of those people doing the things that make people go viral. And I hope if any of those people are watching, they understand what I'm saying. I don't mean that as an insult. I'm putting myself in the same category with everybody that I just mentioned, and the vast majority of aquarium channels. There's just 87,000 of them. There's no way I can say them all. People in our community have too much integrity and value this lifestyle too much to clickbait and do all of the nonsense that you have to do to become viral on YouTube. You know, the idiots in Florida, the young kids that go out there and do dumb shit and they put themselves on the thumbnail and they do all that nonsense. That's conforming to the YouTube virality rules. And it's embarrassing. And people like us, Primetime, Aquarium Co-op, Joey, I'm sorry. Those are just the 4 names that pop into my head. There's so many more. We're just not willing to do that because we value our integrity too much. So, that's why we don't go viral. And that's never going to change for me. That it's just the way I am. I'm not. Do I want to put up a video and have it get 1 million views in the first 7 days? You know damn right. That's from Jerky Boys. Of course I do. But I'm not willing to do what needs to be done to make that happen because I value my integrity too much. I'm not saying everybody that's ever had a viral video is a bad person and lacks integrity. No, I'm not saying that at all. In our world, our aquarium world, it doesn't fly. You will not be taken seriously. Aquarium Info, that channel is one of the worst I've seen, not to talk smack. No, I disagree. I disagree strongly. Not because I've met Jamie and had conversations with her, and she's a sweetheart, and her husband is amazing. I've met them one time. It's not like I know these people. But I disagree because of what she does. Aquarium Info doesn't create content for the same audience that I do. They create content for a younger audience that's looking for a spectacular thing to watch, not somebody who's looking to be educated on how to keep aquariums. And I would say that right to Jamie and her husband's face. Forgive me for forgetting her husband's name. He's awesome, brilliant editor. He's very good and has a lot to do with their success. But to compare or to put her in the same category as me and the other channels that I just mentioned would be like putting that one idiot that's like a Mr. Beast clone that made his house into an aquarium. The guy with the hair with the, you know what I don't remember that guy's name. I did a video about one of his videos and how ridiculous it was. He made his house into an aquarium, which was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't remember that guy's name, and I don't particularly care about his name. To say Aquarium Info is in the same community as me and the other channels I just mentioned would be like saying he is, because he did that one video about aquariums. Aquarium Info's channel is about aquariums, but it's the spectacle of aquarium projects and all of that, not educating on how to adjust pH and handle ick and all of that. And I just heard a big noise. I don't know what it was. So that's why I disagree. If Jamie was claiming to be like a big time aquarium educator, then I would probably agree with your statement. But because it is her and her husband. Oh, it was you, Carl, that made that noise. They're not in the same league as us. I hope that makes sense. And I hope nobody's taking anything I'm saying as being derogatory towards them, because it's not. I have nothing but respect for them. In fact, when Lisa and I met them, I swear to God, this is a fact. Ask Jamie and she'll tell you. When we met them in like 2020, nobody had ever heard of them. Like, their channel was microscopic, but Lisa and I had seen a couple of their videos, and I told her then, I told them, because it was her and her husband there. I said, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to be the biggest aquarium channel that's ever existed. And she was like, what? Like, no. And I was like, yes, it's true. And I'm such a genius. I saw it. I knew it. But I never said, like, you're going to be the most valuable education channel, because that's not what she is. And she wouldn't claim to be that. They are. I hope all of that makes sense. Kind of think the thumbnails are kind of thirst trappy. Well, of course they are. And you would do it too. I mean, let's be real. Like, that's how you make it. That's how you do it. Imagine how ridiculous it would be if I did thumbnails like that. Like, come on. Actually, it might go viral because of the ridiculousness. But that's playing the game is all that is. And I don't begrudge them doing that at all. If I was 25, me and Lisa were 25, and, probably do that too. But we're not. I'm married to an absolutely drop dead gorgeous woman. But, I wouldn't allow her to do some of that stuff. Just saying. Not because it wouldn't look good, but because that's for me. I don't want nobody else seeing that. That's mine. What do you mean that's yours? Like it's your property? It's my wife. What do you want me to say? A good thumbnail is key. It's everything in the YouTube game now. But anyway, I was talking about this Sunday's video. This Sunday's video is going to be another one of those videos that will probably bomb as far as the amount of views that it gets. Although I do have a very good idea for a thumbnail. Still haven't made the thumbnail. That's how good of a YouTuber I am. I think with some creativity with the thumbnail, it may not bomb, but I desperately hope it doesn't bomb, because let me tell you, I finished the edit today, and the edit for Sunday's video, it's a 30-minute long video, was 11 hours worth of footage. And that's a lot to edit. And truth be told, a company sponsored the video and took a massive chance on me. And I appreciate that so much that happened. Whips World, you should appreciate it too. Just saying. That dragon came off of that. I'm just saying. But I just really hope it does well. Not so that I can make a bunch of money, but so that the company that sponsored the video will be happy about it. And I do think that it's worthy of doing well. Is it going to go viral and get 54 million views like a Mr. Beast video? Of course not. It would be nice though. I should advertise for Starry. That's all thumbnails are. Is what? Thumbnails, you think about it. Thumbnails on YouTube are like the shoes that are being displayed at a Dick's Sporting Goods at the back of the store. When you go to the back of a Dick's Sporting Goods, do you look through at the brand names and the prices and the model numbers? And then when you see one that intrigues you, you look at the shoe? No. You scan the shoes and you find one that you like. That's exactly what thumbnails are. It is scanning what's available, and the ones that catch your eye are the ones that you're going to watch. And I've never been good at that. I've gotten lucky on some, but I've never been good at the thumbnail game. I've had some that have done really well. We just had a video. I'm not flexing. I'm just very proud. It makes me very happy. We just had a video crack the 4 million view mark. And that's a big deal on YouTube. That's a big thing. Super happy about that. The thumbnail for that video is bonkers. It's perfect. It's a coolie loach. And anybody that's here right now has probably seen that video. It's the top 10 fish tank cleaners. And the thumbnail is what made it as successful as it is. Still to this day, it's doing well for us. I think there's like 7 channels since then have used the same thumbnail. It's a Shutterstock photo. If you go to Shutterstock and you type in coolie loach, there it is. So I'm not going to say somebody copied our thumbnail, but it's the exact same thumbnail. I don't even know where I was going with that. But that's, if you think about a coolie loach, one of the most unique really cool fish in the hobby. I mean, it's just, they're little, so you can barely ever see them, and they hide all the time. But when you see a coolie loach front and center like that, it's like, whoa, like that's not something you see all the time. It draws your attention, like that bright pink pair of Nikes that's up on the shelf at Dick's Sporting Goods. It just draws your eye. And that's why that video has been successful. And that's why a 24-year-old in a bikini going is going to get people's attention too. I mean, it's just welcome to the game. Thumbnails on YouTube are like the cover of National Enquirer, set up for attention and or to make the sale. 100%. That's absolutely true. And a lot of people are better at it than others. I'm not one of the good ones. I've just gotten lucky a couple times. But what channel? What channel what? I don't know. What's Tony doing here? He's going crazy again. But, oh, hold on here. I'm a little... Holy cow. What has happened here, folks? Moneyless Maven Aquatics. Good possible tank mates for a currently 4.5 inch plus Oscar in a 90 gallon, preferably something inexpensive as possible. I'm a professional poor person. Yeah, I'm a card carrying member of that club too, and have been basically my entire life. So, I feel ya. I mean, look behind me. That bastard right there, which he is, or she, I don't know. I don't judge. He can be whatever he wants to be. I am not exaggerating. That storm happened. When did that storm happen? Was that 2 months ago? Month and a half ago? 2 months ago? I don't even know. I try to forget. That fish, I'm talking about that Oscar right there specifically. Not that one. Not that one. Although that one, what I'm trying to say is those fish have doubled in size in the amount of time that they've been in there. It is insane how fast they've grown. Would they grow like that in a 90? I don't know. I've had them in a 90 before, and I don't recall them growing at lightning pace like that. But they've grown super fast. They're in there with bikers, a clown knife, a pleco, and severums. Severums and Oscars, for us, have worked out. But then again, there's also, we did lose two, but they were 5 years old. And when a cichlid dies at 5 years, I'm not going to immediately launch a full-scale investigation as to why that fish died. You understand what I'm trying to say? To me, a 5-year-old Severum would be comparable to like a 65-year-old human being. If a 65-year-old person dies, you're not going to say, oh, but he was so young. Because at 65, he's not. You know what I'm saying? If he dies at 40, it's like, oh, hold on a minute. That's not right. That's way too young. But 65, it's like, that's tragic and it sucks, and somebody shouldn't die at 65. Everybody should live until they're 80 years old, 90 years old. But you're not going to say, oh, that was so young at 65. That's the way I feel at a 5-year-old Severum dying. But other fish that I've kept with Oscars, Jack Dempsey's. I've always done well with Oscars. Arowanas up until the last ones that I had. That didn't go too well. But arowanas and Oscars, I mean, look at Joey's tank. Joey has a red arowana, which is a fish that's probably worth $5,000 in with a whole bunch of Oscars. He ain't worried about it. I mean, they usually do well, but you never know. You got to be worried about the Oscar doing damage to them and also them doing damage to the Oscars, because it's not uncommon to get an Oscar that is a baby. I almost just said a word that would have gotten me in big trouble. 65 is extremely common death age. Trust me. Yeah. I mean, with a name like Gravedigger Aquatics, I don't know you, but I just kind of feel like with a name like that, you might know. I don't know. I am 3 years away from being the age my dad was when he died. It's going to be a tough one. Vincent, member for 25 months. I might not be the longest subscriber, but I'm past the 2-year mark now. That is true. Hey, we value everybody, whether it's been a month or 5 years. We appreciate it very much. Crazy in Love Asians out of control tonight. I watch every single video and Primetime Aquatics videos. Am I weird for that? All your fun videos are entertaining, even if Sunday videos bomb. I'll still watch, but I miss those more fun videos. You know, Tony, it's funny that you bring that up, because the same goes for us. We enjoy making those videos, the Tanks of Our Lives videos and the funny skit videos and things like that, but they bomb. I am not a fan of just turning on the camera and seeing what happens. I know people. Joey's one of them. Jay Wilson is one of them. My life would be so much better if I lived within 15 minutes of either one of those gentlemen. Because, not just because they're good friends, but because if I was in a pinch for a video, and it happens where it gets to be Friday afternoon and I don't have a video for Sunday, I could go to either one of those guys and just say, all right, here, we're going to make a video, and turn the camera on and just go. And they would be like, whatever it is. Those two guys are brilliant at just coming up with stuff on the fly. I'm not. I need a plan. I need to know what I'm going to do. If I don't have a plan, I ramble on and on and on, kind of like I'm doing now. And the videos turn out to be 45 minutes long, and they might be considered by some to be boring. But they do better than the fun videos. I don't understand why. It's weird. I wish it wasn't the case, but it's true. I'm all over the place tonight. I'm sorry. And then he decided all of this wasn't enough. Tony decided, Crazy in Love Asian, to donate a membership too. Y'all are spoiling me tonight. And it just shows how wonderful this community is. Joey's a great dude and has a great channel. Oh, come on. I don't know if I'd want to call him a great dude. I'm kidding. I talked to Joey the other night, and he turned me on to something. Don't be weird. I don't mean like that. He made me aware of something. I shouldn't have said turn me on. He made me aware of something that made me go, oh, I'll be damned. And it involves a product to possibly carry on our website. We'll see. Work in progress. But if I do bring that in, I will have to credit Joey, because if it weren't for him, I would not have known that this was a thing. So, but anyway, back to this Sunday's video. I'm going to ask you all to please watch it, even though it might not be like exactly what you typically would expect from us. It was a lot of fun to do. I think it is a great put it on and have a nice listen. And the way it turned out, it's another one of those where I make a fish and I paint it. It's another one of those videos. But this one has a very different twist to it than the Oscar one did. And I think it's worthy of a watch. In fact, I am probably going to watch it again, because I watch my videos like 25 times. It's not an ego thing. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to probably watch it as soon as I get back in the house after I'm done here, because it uploads on Sunday and I want to make sure it's right and it's good. But I'm actually looking forward to watching it because I enjoyed making it so much. And hopefully the audience likes it too, because it'll really hurt my feelings if it bombs, knowing that a company took a chance on me like that. Don't misunderstand. It is not a product video. It is a project video that a product shows up in. But it's not a product video. I hope that makes sense. Do you answer comments? Nope. Sure don't. Never. If you're talking about right here, I've been doing that all night, so you must have just turned on. When it comes to the comment section of our videos, it's rare for me. But I will sometimes comment. But if it's a controversial video, or you know what I mean, like it involves some kind of drama, I just stay away from it because I don't feel like dealing with that. I need to put years onto my life, not take years off. Don't let him kid you. He loves the sound of his own voice. Just ask him. He'll tell you. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I do. It's true. But only if I like the video. If I'm not feeling it, no, I don't like listening to my own voice. You just contradicted yourself what you just told us, John. You enjoy the video, so it will bomb. Yeah, and that's probably the truth. It probably will bomb. And I don't think I said anything different than that, but I really hope it doesn't. It has enough substance to it. There were some trials and tribulations with this project. That's all I'm going to say. And there was scrapping it and starting it over again. Not really scrapping it though, but starting all over again. There was mistakes made by me that cost me money. There was, it's got everything that a good story should have. And it involves fish. So goodness gracious, Dennis, since I couldn't link to the Amazon wish list from Roots and Whiskers, not sure what the issue is, could be me. So now I'll tell you what that is. And I don't know the details behind it. Um, Amazon. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm going to tell you what I think is going on here. The way Amazon wish lists worked, and I don't have a wish list. This is for Lisa's cat rescue. That's what Dennis is talking about here. There was actually a way, and I don't know how this was done, and it's probably a mistake for even saying this, but there was a way for people who purchased from the wish list to actually see the recipient's address. We didn't know this. And for most people, it wouldn't matter. But when you're on YouTube, it matters because you have crazy people out there. You have idiots that accuse me of being a spousal abuser. You have, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's out there trying to get attention and they'll do dumb stuff. And all you got to do is say one wrong thing and people show up at your front door. So having an address out there is not a good thing. Amazon put in, I guess, a new, I don't know, like they made everybody aware of this. So Lisa had to change the wish list to go to our P.O. box. And I think she had to change the whole thing over in order to make that happen. So that's probably why you couldn't access it, Dennis, was because she had to change it up so that everything can go to the post office box and not our house. I think. I don't know. It's something like that. YouTube loves you today, brother. They made $75 on you today alone. Hey, well, they're welcome. Imagine how much they make off of like a Penguin Zeros live stream. Good Lord. I mean, that dude has made $41 million on YouTube since I think it was like 2018. Like that dude is killing it. I wish I had but a micro fraction of that man's talent. I really do. There's so many people on YouTube that they just got it. I don't consider myself to be one of those people. But he is absolutely one of those people. I have followed him since forever. I don't remember the last time not being subscribed to him. I mean, I remember watching his videos when he had short hair and no beard. I've always loved his delivery, that monotone boo kind of thing. I just think that guy's a genius. And the amount of money he's made is ridiculous. But good for him. He's earned it. I'm not saying anything otherwise. Wow. 41 mil. Good Lord. Like what I would do. Ooh. Oh. The best thing, and oh, by the way, thank you again, Jamie Palladino, for the 5 gifted memberships. Y'all are the best tonight. Y'all are spoiling me like crazy. I could stay here all night for this. I have so much admiration and just pure jealousy for someone like a Penguin Zero, Moist Critical, Charlie White, whatever whatever name you call him. The fact that that dude can just sit there in his office or whatever it is, spare bedroom in his house, and just run his mouth and create brilliant, fun, entertaining stuff Doesn't have to worry about where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Just turn the camera on. He still has wired Apple headphones. Like, the dude is as primitive as it can be, and he just kills it on YouTube. And he can put up videos with no thumbnail and it'll get 3.5 million views. It's nuts. And I'm so jealous of that. Not jealous. Is there a difference between envious and jealous? Like, he deserves everything he's got. I'm not jealous in that way. Like, I hate that he has that. I wish I had it. No, he's put himself where he is. And it's that unique delivery that he has that you either love it or hate it. But, man, he's got it. I'm jealous for you. Oh, you stop it. If you only knew. If you only knew, Tony. Seriously. But nobody knows because I don't bear it all on these live streams. I come close, but no. I don't got it, but I definitely want it. It is not easy. How's the fish? Predatory fins got you recently? All okay? All of them are okay. The clown knife, I never see him. I come in this fish house every day, even if it's just for a minute. And I have not seen that fish since I put it in the tank. That's a fact. It's in there because Lisa's seen it, but I have not seen it myself. The ornate biker from Whip's World, doing fantastic. I pointed at him like he's right there. I don't know where he's at. He hides a lot too. The catfish, the Jack Dempseys that are all down here, they're doing good. The angel. Oh, it's so funny. I'm looking at that tank right now and the light turned off as I'm looking at it. I don't see the angel at the moment, but I know it's doing okay because there it is. I see it. Not doing okay, but doing great. And the fish that I have in my tank in my office are doing great. They're maniacs. I can tell you that. The filament barbs have lost their minds. And they're dirtying up my tank like crazy. It's already in need of a water change. I'll probably be doing that. I don't know when. Tomorrow? Sunday? We're supposed to be working in the barn this weekend on the cat area, which is good because we haven't been able to do that the last few weeks. So it'll be good to make some progress in there. And, you know, I don't know if I'm going to get to do a water change in that tank tomorrow, but I'd like to. But anyway, listen, y'all. This has been bananas. This has been nuts. And I've gone 20 minutes over. See, I don't have this problem when Lisa's with me. For some reason, I can just be like, all right, it's 9:30. Let's go. Got to get out of here. When I get to talk the whole time, I guess I just like it too much. Like Whip's World said, I like the sound of my own voice too much. And I don't want to stop. But the love tonight has been outrageous, and I appreciate it so much. I'm sure Lisa appreciates it so much. It's been a rough week. But, you know, that's kind of the story of our lives lately. Or we get on Superman. Yeah, see, there you done did it now. Lisa probably just heard me say that or saw you say that, Dennis, and she's like, oh God, I thought he was going to be coming in. But it's true. That's all you have to do is bring that up. I just finished a beautiful David Cornsweat model with crypto. It's awesome. Answer Nick, pal. You just paid money so that I would answer someone else's question. See, that's what this guy does. That's this guy. He's that guy. He does that. What's your favorite fish? Really? Did you just pay $2 to tell me to answer what's my favorite fish? No, it's not that one. I asked a lot of fish YouTubers this. Why does my Neocaridina shrimp mate, but the female drops the eggs the same day? So what do I do? Now, see, Whisworld, you're trolling me because you're like, John don't know shrimp. He ain't going to answer that. That's Lisa's thing. Why would you ask John that? That's what Whisworld knows that. He knows. And he knew I'd be embarrassed. My experience with breeding shrimp is they're in the tank and they just reproduce. They just do that. And it's cool. But just say Harry Potter and Superman, call it a night. Probably not a good idea to bring up Harry Potter right now. Sorry, but probably not a good idea. But it's an Asian arowana, but he can't have it. Oh, as far as my favorite fish goes, yeah, I mean the Asian arowana. But aside from that, I mean them daggone bikers have got me, and I'm not saying that because of what you just did, Whip. You know that's true. Everybody knows me knows that's true. They've pulled me in, and they got my heart now. So anyway, listen, y'all, I think Lisa's coming because I just got a notification that someone was seen on my security camera, which usually means it's her because who else would it be? So I think she's coming out here. She's probably coming out here to yell at me, to let me know it's time to stop. But this has been a lot of fun tonight. Please, again, I beg you, I don't do this, but I beg you, watch this Sunday's video. Just have it on in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to like it. You don't have to comment. You don't have to do all that. Just have it on so that I don't look like a jerk to the company that sponsored the video. Because they took a big chance on me, and I appreciate it very, very, very much. And so does Whip's World, because Dragon, because, you know. So it'd mean a lot to me if you all watched it on Sunday, and I hope you do, and I hope you do like it. Not click the like button. I don't mean that. I mean, I hope you enjoy it, because I put a lot of work into it. Anyway. But thank you all so much. I am going to go walk the dog and then go watch that video before I upload it. So you all have a good night. Thank you to everybody that put all of those beautiful, colorful bubbles up on top of the chat. You are very much appreciated. I'll see you Sunday. And then next Friday, we will be announcing a winner for this Sunday's video. So I'm just saying, another reason you should watch it. We're announcing a giveaway in this Sunday's video and then announcing the winner of that on Friday's stream. So, bye. I heard another noise.